Now today we study the first chapter, the first day for the course EC220, Computer System and Programming. My name is Yang Thanh Tính. We have the textbook for the course, Introduction to Computing System. Firstly, just understand the overall content for the course. So the list for the topics, we have part 1 and C3, part 2 C, and part 3 C++. If we study only part 1 and part 2, because we don't have time to study all. But I'll say 3 topics. In the course of each 120, you study with Dr. Tuan. And now when you go to the course of 220, we develop the course. So we have to study the application and see topics. And the cover for the textbook and the diversion. You can go to the libraries or you can go to internet to search for one and you can download to view at home. We have the Vietnamese textbook and how to break. We have the assignment of 20 exercises. And we have 14 hours for machine problems with 5 machine problems. We have midterm, final examination, and besides, we have the project Kalkan. And we can add 2 points to each final examination maximally for each group of 3 students. And the image from Tujan newspaper some years ago for the Kalkan. The syllabus in Vietnamese, you can go to BKA Learning to see it. And over here you have the syllabus in Vietnamese. And when you did the project, pay attention to study WBS and Gantt chart. Please give me your solution for that. And let's review. We can go fast for this part. What is the goal for the course? You will be able to write the programs in C and understand what's going on underneath from either microarchitecture. In the course of 120, you study the layers, devices, circuits, microarchitecture, and Azure level. And now when you go to this course, you study Azure language, algorithm, and problem. And now, please do this. I will send you the questions on Beaker Learning, and then please solve them. Please give me your solution via Beaker Learning. And now, let's camera for this. Because you study digital computer, you should understand the combination in binary. So we use only 2 bits, 0 and 1. So what kinds of data do we need to represent? We have numbers, text, image, sound, logical instructions, etc. So we have on-site integers and side integers. With on-site, so we don't have the side bit at the first of the combination. For example, over here you have the value 329, and we have the expression. For example, over here you have the combination of 3 bits. And you have the on-site binary arithmetic operations. Besides, you have subtraction, multiplication, division, etc. And with the side bits, you have the side bit at the first of the combination. Normally, we use the 3 column for expressing the value. You study that 2 column. and extension for the ways for converting the value from binary to decimal, and the way for converting the value from decimal to binary. Let's review. And the operations are arithmetic and logical. So you have addition, subtraction, extension with logical operations and or not. Extension to extension. For example, over here you have 4 bits for the combination. And over here, when you're going to get the extension to get the value, for example, minus 4, and over here is 2 minus 4, so extension to use the side bit for extension to get the same value. And the overflow, when you do the operation the extension to the same size, at that time we use the extension operation. So maybe we couldn't get the same value or the right value for the operation. For example, over here you have to get the addition between these values. So the sum is 17, but in fact we can get minus 15. That's wrong. With logical operations and not, and has a decimal notation. And with the fractions, we have two ways. The first, we can give fixed point. For example, in front of you, we have the addition with two values. And when we have the very large and very small, so we use floating point with the ITV 754 floating point standard. So please remember the rule. For example, in front of you, you have 32 bits for floating point number. And how can you get the value in decimal? Minus 0.75 in decimal. And the text with ASCII characters. The full ASCII table with the other data types. And now reduce the exercise below and send the solution via the system Beaker Learning for me. I will send the topic to Beaker Learning for you. If you have to do the homework, I will send it to me via Beaker Learning too. Now we start for testing. You have to pass at least 4/5 of the part. At that time, you can go to the next level of study. Now, go ahead.